Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Etadme samshayam Krishna chetumarhasya sheshataha todanyah samshayasya chetanahi upapadyate. This is my doubt, O Krishna, and ask you to dispel it completely. But for yourself, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. So what do we learn here? Very interesting. Prabhupada keep expanding on this. But nobody but Krishna is the final authority. And Prabhupada says, yes, Krishna and his pure devotees, they are final authority. Actually, doubt, there are some people who doubt too much. We start with doubt on this and how Krishna can dispel all the doubts. Doubt is like whether God exists, whether soul is there. Who is Krishna? Why should I worship him? Any process begins with doubts. Whole Bhagavad Gita was spoken because Arjuna had doubts. Correct? You can see the doubt. Samshaya. Samshaya means doubt. And when you look at the doubt, modern day process of relieving a doubt, just like you don't know how to bend an iron. You go to engineering college, they teach you how to bend an iron. Other things are similar only. You want to know, same way. One joke was there. For 100 meters to go, Milkha Singh needs a guru. And you want to go from here to spiritual world, you don't need a guru. So similarly, so we have, whole spiritual life is clearing of doubts. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Prashna. Prashna means question, doubt. I do not know how it is like that. And the whole Vedic literatures are like that only. In fact, the Vedas begin with the invocation. Now you come to human form of life, please clear your doubts. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Jigyasa means for what you are asking. You are clearing your doubts. Correct? I'm just trying to see it from another angle, isn't it? Animals, their doubt is, where will I get food today? Where will I sleep today? That is their doubt. So therefore question comes. Question comes to clear a doubt. Correct? What is the lunch today? There is a doubt. So there you ask a question. But animals, their doubts are restricted only to the bodily domain. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Therefore, as much people may decorate themselves with doctorates, with PhD, with MTech, BTech, if the only doubt which in the forefront in their mind is about these four things, correct? Which girl I'll marry. So then it's an animal life. It's still not become human life. Human life begins when day in and out you are just like, will I see Krishna? Will I be able to see Krishna this life? Will I be able to serve Krishna this life? For a devotee who has These doubts are over whether Krishna is God. But then will I be able to see Krishna? Is Krishna pleased with my service? Can I serve better? Correct? What should I do to please Prabhupada? Is this way better or that way better? These are doubts. These are the doubts a devotee should have. But a normal man, he begins, and therefore Kanishtha means full of doubts. He is doing it because of good association and some basic. We can define Kanishtha so many ways, but it says Shraddha. If he becomes Shraddha, then he is also free from doubts to some like Shraddha, Shabda, Vishwas, Sudhita, Nishya, Krishna Bhakti, Kaila, Sarva Karama Kriti hai. It is said that actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's standard of all the Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama were very high. And some devotee has, the Bhaktivinoda Thakur's is different, a little lesser than that. We can look the same situation. It just he brings it to something achievable. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's platform was very high. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's platform, a sannyasi just looked at a woman, and that's all over. He just banished him. But that much strict acharyas were not later. He was showing the absolute. He was showing the example of total purity. It's a different situation. So clearing your doubts is the whole Vedic literature. It says, now come to the human form of life. Your doubt should be Brahma Jigyasa. Your question should be pertaining to something which is spiritual. And Arjuna has not also asked question in Bhagavad Gita, ask or eating, sleeping. Otherwise Krishna would not have opened his mouth. There was nothing to ask. Krishna, which weapon is better? This weapon or that? That is not the question that Arjuna asked. Arjuna asked a question. Please, Karpenda dosha patasvava prichami tvam dharma samudachaya yashya nishitam bruvitanme shishya sayam sadhipam prapan. Please tell me what is my ultimate good. Shreya. Yashya nishitam bruhitanme. Correct? I am your disciple and tell me what is for my ultimate good. Then only you should speak. In fact, you should make that discipline when you are preaching. Unless we find somebody, true, as preaching we have to know which area of Krishna consciousness to expose. But somebody come to argue, we should just withdraw. Don't waste our time. Don't waste your time. You should be very, very careful. Because unless somebody hears with some respect, you cannot convince him. It is not a knowledge which by argument can be taught. You see, nobody does like that. There is a way. True, the great acharyas used to argue, like Madhvacharya has gone, he is talking to the Buddhist followers, they are discussing. But there is a way, there is norms of discussion. The person presents us, and then you ask, okay, what do you like to say for this? Correct? Can you present your philosophy? There is a due respect what you are trying to say. Okay, I hear. No, but why don't you look at it in this way? There are norms. If the norms are not being followed, we should avoid discussion. Normally people of Kali Yuga, it's not possible. Even if you prove them to be wrong, they will not agree they are wrong. They will continue to be where they are. So preaching has to be very carefully done. Very, very. We have to preach to people, and definitely they will have questions, they will have doubts. But by our personal conduct, by our austerities, by our purity is the force. We create little channel. Like when Arjuna was talking to Krishna like a friend, Krishna did not open Bhagavad Gita. But the moment it happened, that Arjuna and Krishna gap appeared, Krishna started preaching immediately. Correct? He did not preach till that. Till Arjuna accepted, Krishna, you are my Guru, please instruct me, I am your disciple. Then Krishna started speaking the Bhagavad Gita. So it's everything Krishna does perfectly. So he meets so many people, and he may say a certain thing. So no, that is because you have not understood difference between body and soul. And then give a slight input, and you wait for his input. He said, yes. Can you tell me, how do I understand the soul? With respect. Yes, I can tell you. Then he's hearing you. Then you're teaching. You got it? But if there is another case, hey, there is nothing, all this is bogus, and you say, no, soul is like that is also, then don't talk. There has to be, because this is a revealed knowledge. This is not a knowledge which is experimented. This was received from the Lord and is coming down. It is passed down. When it is passed down? To somebody who is submissively listening. It is passed down in a channel of submissive listening. This knowledge is not, you cannot throw it. You cannot push into somebody. So in this way, it should be understood very nicely. So doubt clearing is happening, but there is a process. Krishna cleared all the doubts of Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. In fact, at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna asks, Arjuna, have you understood what Arjuna says? Nishtha moha, all doubts are over. Then Arjuna approached Krishna. Krishna was not revealing anything, learning to teach. He had doubts, but he was just arguing. So Krishna remained silent. But the moment it admitted that yes, Krishna knows, because Krishna gave a hint in the second chapter, Arjuna, this is weakness of the heart. And he said yes. That's why when you talk, generally a person doesn't come to us beginning itself like a disciple. Something you will talk to. No, then you have to learn the science. No? Okay. Can you teach me this science? Yes. Then you should teach. Correct? Then you can reveal. Otherwise we cannot reveal. The whole Krishna conscious knowledge is to be preached very carefully. But then, for a person to start, just take an example. You want to learn engineering. You didn't just directly go in and give me engineering. No. You got some inputs from society. Some people told you. Some people said something. Somebody said something. Somebody said. Then you came to know it's a good college. Then you go to that college. Correct? And you ask certain things. Then you inquire certain things. Yes, there is very good placement. You clear all your things. Then you say, now I'm going to surrender. When you take admission, basically you're surrendering. Then only any college will teach you. Before that, they will not teach you. You cannot go to a college. Yes, sir, I have some question. What is your Schrodinger wave equation? Please tell me. Something you ask a question. They're not going to teach like that. You cannot test an authority also. You cannot go to a doctor. Doctor, please tell me how many bones are there in our body. So why? Now after that, I'll decide whether I want treatment for him. What the doctor say? Get out. So you cannot challenge and test an authority. It's a very interesting thing. So you have to go by the effulgence of the person, and you have to go by his authorization. Just like a doctor, the effulgence means is how good is he practicing, and his authorization degree. Okay? And then you select a person. So now go reverse. You have to be in that position. You should be effulgent by your activities, and you should be authorized by higher authorities. Then people will accept you as a teacher. Correct? You got or not? When you are preaching Krishna consciousness, there should be this thing. And definitely when we go out to meet people, as much we have the Vedic dress, that much we symbolize as a Vedic teacher. Correct? Then people are more inquisitive to ask. So clearing your doubts. So now Arjuna is asking Krishna, there is that please, I want to ask you. The Prabhupada is saying in the purport, yes, there is nobody better than Krishna to clear the doubt, because he is the final authority. Correct? There is no authority higher than Krishna. In fact, clearing your doubts is also come back now. Vidura also goes to Maitreya. And it is said he kept hearing him, kept inquiring. And he was drinking the pleasure of Krishna consciousness. He was fully satisfied. Yes. Understood. Correct? So therefore it has to be in that line. Clearing of doubts is the Vedic process. And this is, I think, the only place where question answer is there. And it creates a lot of interesting. It creates the whole subject very interesting. When a right place, good questions are asked, people feel very, very excited about the whole thing. And just by asking question also, it doesn't matter. We have to advance also Krishna consciousness. See what happens. I may tell you it is like this. But for you to see that, you have to advance. Just like I tell you, you have a doubt from here how to go to Udupi. I say you should take an express bus. And on the way you will see all this thing. Even I give you all evidence of Guru Sadhu Shastra. And unless you step on the bus and proceed, you'll never be able to confirm what I am saying. So many people, when they see the spiritual movements externally, they do not know whether they are bona fide or all. Many times there is so much cheating, people think everything is bogus. But no. When they travel in the bus, when you go step by step, and you see on the way stops are coming, yes, he was correct. The authorities were correct. You get the point? The same way, in the spiritual line also, we may tell you that you will advance like this, your heart will be free from all material desires, and then you will feel firm faith at Krishna's lotus feet. And then you practice Krishna consciousness, you'll feel so much spiritual joy, you'll develop love for God. It's all story, for a newcomer. But when he actually starts practicing it, he can feel it. So doubts will never go unless you practice. You may analyze the philosophy, some people, okay, what about, some people just come to compare. What about Buddhism? What about this religion? What about that religion? You remain like that only. Unless you take admission in one of the colleges and you proceed, how can you verify whether what is being said is correct or not? Correct? Any department. First thing, there should be a need. There is another way we cannot clear doubts if this is not there. I have a need. I want to know how to bend iron. So I take admission in an engineering college. They will take 4-year course and teach me how to bend iron. Actually, there was no need for that. On the job, you learn better. It's a thorough waste of 4 years and all the time and money spent. Prabhupada says all Shudra jobs, there is no need of training. Straight away, they should go to the field. And that is best actually. But anyway, we have detailed out the Shudra job. Previously, they used to just with the iron rod make some locks and knives and some scissor maybe. That's it. Not very many things, and some weapons maybe. Or some trunk, little small thing, not much. But today we go into so much intricate details, and we want to, in a very, very, what you call, unsustainable technology we create, which is so painful for worker to do and destroys the whole ecosystem. And for doing that, we will go into so much detail that we teach. Otherwise, if you want to be a lohar, you don't have to go to an engineering college. You just go sit with them. He'll show you how to bend a rod. You learn within 5 minutes. But today they will tell, there are some various kind of metal, they have so much temperature, this is the force, this is this law, that law. They have gone into so much detail. Actually, it was not needed. If there is a society, simple living, high thinking, not needed. True, the kings and the Vaishyas had some comfort, but they were given in a little higher way, not so lower technology way. I have been talking about that for so many days. Therefore, they are seeing, science is also agreeing and understands it's a very low level science which is destroying the whole earth and the whole ecosystem. They see they say we need a green technology now. That themselves understand they need a better technology. What they have is very low class. They will come to that. Maybe Krishna may grant. It's not that Krishna may not grant, but presently it is horrible. It is just destroying the ecosystem. We need a technology now which can undo the damage which we have done to the nature and work in a way not to cause any damage to the nature. Take it. So anyway, so if you want to know, so what do you do? You take admission in a college, take it, and then you proceed. You accept the authorities in the college, and then your doubts are removed. Okay? The same way, if you first think the need should be there. I want to know how to bend an iron because I want to make a lock. How to lock I came to know because I say in Krishna Leela, I read Krishna book, they used to lock up their rooms, gopis, because Krishna used to come and steal. So lock was there. And definitely for cooking also scissors were only there. Some knives were there for cutting vegetable. So some level of metallurgy was there. You can understand. So the need should be there. I want to know how to make a knife because I have to cut at my home my vegetable. The need should be there. The same way, if a person feels I am very happy in my life, I am not scared of death, then the person, if you are talking spiritual life, you are wasting your time. So we ourselves also, if you are very happy, I am so happy in life, and death will come someday, it will get over in a minute, then we make ourselves a very bad candidate for spiritual life. We make ourselves the candidate of spiritual life when the need is there. So we should not, sometime as the days goes by, we forget the need. Why I came to Krishna consciousness, we should not forget that. I came because I am not happy in the material world. I came because I heard it's an opportunity to reach Krishna's lotus feet. Very easily in Kali Yuga, a process given a Lord Chaitanya. The need, I want to do that. You got it? We should never forget the need. Just like I was telling a lesson plan, the same thing can be applied. First thing is always the need. Then you should see how I'm going to achieve it, the aims. Okay, I'll chant 16 rounds. I get up for Mangalarti. I will do this. Correct? And then objective, next stage, I should check whether it is being fulfilled, whether I'm advancing in spiritual life. Can I, at the end of this much time and I know I become unearthed and everything is happening or not. So whole thing should be systematic. And then when you see, you cannot cheat. Because internally when you see things are working, you feel very happy and jubilant. Yes. Correct? Just like a businessman is needed to make money. He gets into business. He outlines, I will do this business, that business, that business. And when at the end of 4 or 5 years, he looks at the balance sheet, he's seeing his, I'm making money and all. He's very jubilant. The whole thing is working. What he wanted, the mission of life, it is working. That's the Vaishya. Okay? Therefore, that is not a mission of life for a saint. Therefore, what is the famous example he keep quoting? Who was the saint who asked? Parashurama was asked by Dasharatha. Punar Jarma Jaya. Are you achieving victory over the cycle of birth and death? So we have come to Krishna consciousness. We have sacrificed so many things which you could have done otherwise. And if you do not see that I am actually moving and forward in achieving victory over my birth and death, there will be no happiness in my face. Because at the end of the day, I am wasting my time. Correct? I am blocked up. No, I should see I am moving in that direction. Then I feel very blissful. So, the first thing, very important when you are preaching, first we should create a need in the person. Convince him the need. You are in a very dangerous position in the material world. Anytime death is going to come. Death always you should remain. Number 2, what is going to happen after that, you do not know. Number 3, you are suffering in this world. You need to have a solution for that. So you have created a need. Yes, I want solution out of all this. Take care. Now there are different ways people, so I can give you the Vedic solution. Yes. But for me to give you the Vedic solution, you have to cooperate with me. That is teaching. You have to listen what I say. You can note down all your questions. You can ask me the question. You have to go and you have to follow the rules and regulations. Correct? Not only academic hearing, armchair. You have to follow the rules and regulations. Then you will understand. So first thing, person should be convinced about the need when you preach. And other thing, the person should be ready to follow the guideline. Then the doubts will be removed. In fact, in the Bhagavatam, there is a shloka. Chedyati hridaya granthi bhidyante sarva samshayaha. It says all the doubts will be removed. As we practice Krishna consciousness, in the Bhagavatam it says, as if Shanavatam Sakata Krishna, these stages are there, finally all the doubts, as we practice Krishna consciousness, your doubts will be removed. One more place this word comes, 7th chapter, 1st shloka. What is the shloka? Maya sakta mana partha yogam yunjamadashaya asamshayam samagram vam yata gyasiti mashrunu. Krishna says, Arjuna, please hear from me without any doubt. Completely you'll know everything now. Maya sakta mana partha yogam yunjamanash asamshayam. If you hear from me this spiritual knowledge, what is going to happen? Without any doubt, samagram, completely you will know me. Please hear me, Arjuna. So if you want to clear all your doubts, hear from Krishna. With respect. It's a very mystic process. And then all the realizations will come and the doubts will be over. Prabhupada says that if you do not follow properly the process of Krishna consciousness, one lecture he says, you do not properly follow. Simple guidelines Prabhupada has given. Prabhupada says very nice. Then all doubts will remain. Whatever, you may even have an acharya with you, your doubts will not go. Because proof of pudding is in eating. You have to practice. And no realization will come, no darshan will come. You will not even know Krishna consciousness is blissful, nothing. At least blissful is an effect. Seeing Atma, God is later. You will not be anywhere in the realm of Krishna consciousness. If you do not follow the process, then all the doubts will remain. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.